how does serious sports, shape a student's personality?
So if you are playing a sports, you will learn discipline, you will learn teamwork, you will learn how to fight back.
India's ecosystem has started investing towards fostering sports, talent hunting, etc., through flagship initiatives like TOPS and Khelo India. What are the gaps that are still not catered by the government or other organizations?
Most talent hidden in rural and tribal areas. We need lot of good coaches training.
Sports today is not only viewed as an extracurricular, whereas it has been increasingly accepted as a powerful contributor to the student's life. It strengthens collaboration skills, teamwork, and leadership skills. It also contributes towards building discipline and resilience amongst the students. In fact, in a world where universities and employers are looking for holistic portfolios, sports plays a very crucial role, especially at the younger age. Today, we are delighted to have with us Ms. Munmun Mukherjee. She is an international table tennis athlete, coach, and sports entrepreneur. She is the founder of P3 Sports and co-founder of Champion Charms. She is an international medalist, master national champion, and also the first woman in India to be certified by ITTF as a level 3 coach. She has experience of 25 years in the sports industry, where she has contributed towards athlete development, grassroots sports, and educating students and newer generations in sports through hard work and her determination, her success. We are honored to have such a decorated guest with us today, whose insights would be really valuable for all of us. So I hope you like the podcast. Hi, ma'am.
Hi. Thank you, Vivan, for inviting me today here. I'm so delighted to be with you because you are very special to me and you are my student also.
Yes. I think let's start with a very trendy topic right now. India's top universities has started adapting a practice that global universities have always been doing, especially the United States. They always focused on a holistic development. They saw deeper than academics. They
Right.
looked at students' leadership skills and teamwork through evidence. So, according to you, how much does serious sports really matter in a student's profile when he or she is looking to even apply abroad or nowadays in India too?
Yeah, it's a very good question, Vivan. So, yeah, definitely now these days, the foreign universities, especially US, UK, they are not only looking for the academic score. Yeah, definitely academic score can open your door, but if you have sporting achievement, that will give you a extra mileage. Yeah, so yeah, definitely, and also there are many universities in foreign countries. They provide very good scholarships.
Yeah.
If you are a good sports person, it's not necessarily you should be a national champion or national rank player or you are an Olympic medalist. But if you are playing sports since your schools, college, universities, and participated in inter-college, inter-school, and you build a decent sports profile, then also you are eligible to get many scholarships in abroad. Like there is one scholarship, it's a very famous globally, that's a Fulbright foreign student scholarships. Okay. And then Ivy League scholarships.
Yeah.
So yeah, Harvard and all, everything covered. And then there is one scholarship called NCAA Division 1 scholarship. It's very famous in US. They provide athletes international student boarding, accommodation, and tuition fees also. And in Canada also, there are many sports scholarships available. Like in Canada, there are colleges, University of Toronto, and then McGill University, and University of British Columbia. They always prefer good sports person. So yes, it's very important. I think parents should think sports is not a distraction from the studies. In fact, sports can build their child's overall well-being. And if they play sports, of course, this additional benefit they will be getting if they want to go abroad and study.
So, sports participation is not only linked with a physical fitness, whereas there are a lot of other attributes that are very well associated with playing sports, which is, as I mentioned, discipline, resilience, determination, perseverance, hard work, etc. And I wanted to understand from your experience as a coach, how does serious sports, shape a student's personality in a way that stays for them throughout their life even
Yes.
out of the sports field, probably in football, if
Correct.
they have learned teamwork.
So if you ask me, Vivan, for me, sports is not about only winning medal. and winning championship. It's a most valuable thing in life. So if you are playing a sports, you will learn discipline, you will learn teamwork, you will learn how to fight back, you will accept your defeat very gracefully. And after every defeat, you will learn something new. It's not that key. Okay, in fact, in big athletes, they always, if they ask, they must be lost more games rather than they are winning. So every time we make mistakes, we come back in a more tougher way, because that mistakes, that failure, we don't take it as a failure. We take it as a feedback for your growth. Yes. So that is the most important thing. And also, since we are a sports person, when you are playing sports along with your education, so you are disciplined because you are managing your education, you are managing your life, you are managing your sports. And also resilience, because every defeat, you are coming back in a much better way, much stronger way. And also, if you are playing a team sports, that's most beautiful thing, because team, you are all of you focusing in a common goal. Okay, you are respecting your teammates, you are listening to your teammates, you are managing many difficult situation. So all these things, I think no classroom can teach you. This will go beyond your education. And with your education, if you can implement all these things, definitely you can rule the world.
I personally believe so. I have not played very high level tournaments, but I did play a few tournaments in cricket as a team sport and table tennis. And I think what I've learned through them, the collaboration that I have done with my team to work towards a common goal, which is winning.
Yes, that is most important thing. Also, the most beautiful thing, in fact, in my own experience, when we play sports, you are my opponent. You are actually my opponent. So you are my enemies. But the moment we are off the court, she is my friend. Yeah. So that's such a beautiful way. So we know how to manage defeat, how to be humble when we are winning. So all these qualities, yes, of course, your classroom is not going to teach you. Through a sports, you can adapt. Yes. And you are in fact telling her or him, okay, you did that mistake. Yeah. I have seen you and Shaurya also. Yeah. I have seen the same thing. Both of you are very good friends, but when you are playing games, okay, I have to win. So it's a very beautiful thing. So I tell all the parents should really think, and all the schools also should come up in a very good infrastructure. And it's not a extracurricular activities. It has to be parallel to education. It should not. It should complement sports. Should complement your education.
What's the importance of schools implementing sports in their education system?
So there are many schools. We run many programs in schools. Various schools we are running through our companies. So they have. In our time, in our school, there are only one PE sir. Okay, he used to teach us physical education along with any sports we want to opt for. But now the scenario has been changed. Schools are hiring good sports coaches, professional coaches, and parents are also supporting their child to take up the sports after schools. And then school also promoting the sports in a big way. So that change I can clearly see. Mm-hmm. And in fact, few schools, they are having their own sports department.
Mm. Yeah, that is very
that
important.
Is their in-house sports coaches specialized in all sports. Like cricket, he is a cricket coach. He is not a PE teacher.
Yeah.
Football coach. Table tennis coach. So this a big shift happened in India for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
That is a most important for any grassroots level sports development.
Definitely. India's ecosystem has started investing towards fostering sports, talent hunting, etc. Through flagship initiatives like TOPS and Khelo India. Based on what you have seen till now and what you have experienced in your entire career, what are the gaps that are still not catered by the government or other organizations, and how effective are the existing initiatives that have been taken? उनका कितना impact actual में पड़ रहा है sports पर अभी on a grassroots level from your perspective?
Yeah. So honestly, government is really supporting in a big way towards sports ecosystem. So currently the government's budget is 4,480 crores dedicated to sports in 2026-27. Earlier in 2025, it was 3,350. So significant, increase. And also government has came up with many schemes like Khelo India, and Sports Authority of India also have their National Center of Excellence. Through that centers, they are providing talented athlete, sports equipment, good coaching facilities. And the most game changer I believe in India is Khelo India initiative, which started in 2017. And it is actually grassroots level sports development where they identify talent through state level, district level, and national level competition. And if you are selecting to that Khelo India scheme, so that athletics is getting 6 lakh per annum.
Wow.
Yes, so that is a very good initiative. Also, we have TOPS now, Target Olympic Podium Scheme, in which the elite athlete, those who will be competing Olympics or Paralympics, through TOPS, they are getting international exposure. They are getting good sporting equipments. And also, we have National Sports Development Fund. So, yeah, there are many things government has come up with all these plans. But according to my understanding, I believe there are many gaps between these, schemes. First of all, I think the first gap, I believe, which is talent identification gaps. Because India is huge.
Yeah.
And in my experience, I believe most talent hidden in rural and tribal areas. And so these schemes still has
Are
not
not
yet
reaching there.
active, not
Yeah.
reached. So they don't have good, coaches, infrastructure, or they don't know how to go ahead, come forward. So that gap is very big, according to me. Another gap is coaches' education. In India, there are many talents. There are coaches, but they don't have training, proper education. So that is the reason if you see maximum players who are top India ranked player, they go abroad for training. They don't stay in India.
Achha.
Because the coaches, it's most important thing along with Khelo India, along with TOPS, you have to educate the coaches as well. That is the most important thing. Yeah, so there are many. So I myself, when I used to play, then I stopped playing and then I did some coaching programs. So I learned many things through those international coaching program. I did ITTF level 1, level 2, level 3. So I learned many tactical training, which are very, very important when you are playing in a high level. So that part in India, maybe grassroots level, intermediate level, there are many good coaches. But beyond that, we need a lot of good coaches training. So that is one gap. Government should think over this. Third is, I believe there is some miscommunication between schools, sports academies, government policies, not aligned properly.
Okay.
School should be more flexible to these policies and to give some credit to a student. Like if you are good in sports, you should get some, benefit of not coming to the school. That way. So a child can pursue their sports as well as education. And last, I would like to mention the most important thing, the currently which I mentioned, Sports Authority of India, TOPS, in a National Sports Development Fund, and our sports policy. So lot of, the lack of awareness or transparency. Unless you are hardcore in a sports, the sports, everything you are studying. So those are not very well. We have now social media.
Yeah.
So you must be not knowing what is the scheme the government is having. Correct.
Yeah.
So if you unless you are studying, otherwise the publicly it's not very much open. So some parents, they are from small district or town. How they are going to know what all government policies are there? So that transparency or awareness should be
Present.
taken care.
उधर तक बात पहुंची नहीं रही
पहुंचना चाहिए.
और जहाँ पर मेन टैलेंट अटका है वो
मेन
बाहर नहीं
टैलेंट
आ
इज
पा
इन
रहा है।
रूरल एरिया एंड ट्राइबल एरिया,
बाहर
नो
ही नहीं आ
डाउट
पा
अबाउट,
रहे।
वो बाहर ही नहीं आ पाते. बिकॉज एंड अनदर थिंग, देयर शुड बी मोर एनजीओज वर्क टुवर्ड्स दिस. विद द गवर्नमेंट स्कीम देयर हैज टू बी सम एनजीओज हु ओनली फोकस इन स्पोर्ट्स डेवलपमेंट. I don't think there are any NGOs currently only focusing on talent hunt in tribal and rural areas. Yeah, that is the most important thing. And also when you are a player, when everybody knows you are a popular, that time there are many help from government, your state, your central government, some policies. But when you are building, when you are nobody, but you have only talent. So that talent, how to nurture? So that is the most important gap.
Understood. रिस्क कम है ना बड़े प्लेयर्स को प्रमोट करने का.
Correct.
Okay.
So another government initiative which is really amazing, that is Make in India initiative.
Yeah.
And for that, government has allocated 500 crore this year. And because of that, our local manufacturers like Costco, Nivea,
Yes.
Stag, they are from sports equipment manufacturer. They are going globally and they are started exporting. And also it is giving us lot of satisfaction. So we can wear our own goods,
Yeah.
manufacturing goods,
Yeah.
like own brand.
Yeah.
And those are we wear foreign brands sometimes, Butterfly and all. But Nivea shoes also I started wearing, and those are as good as Butterfly, honestly. So we all should support this Make in India initiative also.
In terms of table tennis equipment, how far is India from matching the global companies like
See,
Donic?
in
and
table tennis,
Butterfly?
Donic, Butterfly is from Japan, Jonic is from Germany.
Yeah.
In table tennis equipment, one of the best is Stag,
Stag.
which is India. The head office is in Meerut, and the owner is of course Vivek Kohli, who is also an international table tennis player.
Okay.
So their products are also it's international standard. There are many events happen in foreign country with a Stag table and Stag T-shirt and all. So one of the best Indian manufacturing company. In
So it's
table
already
tennis.
there.
Already
It's
there.
already competing
Stag
with
is
the global
already
brand.
competing with international brand.
So alongside government initiatives, private foundations, leagues, and non-profit sports organizations also help in funding high performance, high cost performance and performance enhancement tools, training, development, etc. They help in all of that. So I wanted to understand that how important is it? How important are their existence right now, leagues or private foundations? जैसा आपने बोला कि वो छोटे players को chance नहीं देते, तो मतलब I just want to understand the importance they have at a foundational level on any of the any player in India who is trying to make a career in sports.
Honestly, these sports leagues they are the game changer of Indian sporting scenario. Earlier we only used to have IPL, only the cricket is only the main sports, but now because of these leagues there are a lot of awarenesses. The young kids and they want to pursue the sports. This IPL started year 2008 and it's almost currently the 18.5 billion net worth. And this with IPL currently we have many leagues in India. Like after that women cricket league, WPA. That is also almost like 150 to 200 million dollars property. Now then we have Pro Kabaddi League, which is another big success.
Yes.
That is also more than I think it started 2013 and it's more than 200 crores currently. Then Ultimate Table Tennis. In table tennis we have Ultimate Table Tennis League. Then Badminton Premier League. Then Hockey India League. ISL, Indian Football League. So all these leagues are really great for any elite athlete also, and those who want to start, for beginners also, to see and attract to those sports because they are telecasting all over. So you can see they can see the table tennis, UTT, is everything is telecasting now. So yeah, these leagues are really game changer according to me. And through these leagues, the players can compete with international athlete. They can see they are exposed to lot of international talents, and they are raising their standard. Indian players, those who for them it's a great. Like from badminton, the Malaysia, Indonesian players are coming. For TT, the Chinese players are coming. From Europe players are coming and playing. So the local Indian players, they are getting lot of international exposure. And also they are getting media attention.
Yeah.
Also they are pushing their standard beyond their capacity. And they are also exposed to various good coaches, experienced international coaches. And also they are exposed to the best team of sports science, performance analysts. All these things they are getting exposed internationally. So obviously it's a very good initiative. These leagues have generated a lot of sports buzz all over India. Along with these leagues, there are many non-profit organizations like Go Sports Foundation. They really support athletes, those who build their profile. They are supporting them for going abroad and playing tournament. And they are supporting them with this sports science then equipment. There are Go Sports Olympic Gold Quest, WGQ. They are also doing talent hunt, and they are supporting elite athletes, and they are preparing them for Olympics and Paralympics as well. And there is JSW Sports. And then there is Reliance Foundation, SBI Foundation. They are really supporting lot of sports person in India. So I know there are few players, those are doing excellent in foreign country because they have been backed, supported by these foundations. Otherwise, this would not have been possible for them. So it's a big change. When we used to play, there was nothing. In fact, our goal was to become national champion. We didn't even dream to think about playing international and all. Now, if you are starting your sporting career, your first goal is become Olympic medalist. So that's a huge shift. And I think, yeah, India is on the right track.
And what is the mindset of athletes right now in any sport? You can take an example of table tennis itself towards Olympics for India representing.
Yeah. So I will tell you the table tennis thing. You know, there are many table tennis are really doing very, very well because of, I believe, because of Ultimate Table Tennis League. Because again, I told earlier, so because of all these leagues, they are getting a lot of exposure. And our table tennis men and women team, they are doing fantastic job internationally. So now top 50 rank player from India.
Yeah.
Okay, it's never happened, this thing. And for Olympic also, they are really getting lot of support from government, from tops, and they are traveling abroad. And I don't think, I think by 2036, we should get a medal from table tennis. I'm very positive about this. Because, you know, these days, the girls are very, very focused. And also there are various kind of table tennis rackets available in market.
Yeah.
So few rubbers are very deceptive. So recently Sutirtha Mukherjee also, she won against world number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ahika Mukherjee, Sutirtha Mukherjee also won Asian Games medal and all. So they started beating the Chinese players also. That because of their intelligence and with this use of their support of their rubbers and all.
Yeah.
So yes, I think there is a very high chance for Indian table tennis team. I'm sure by 2036 we'll be getting a medal, and I hope that time you should send this podcast. And I'm very positive, very positive.
So for a young athlete, long-term success does not only depend on talent, whereas there are a lot of other factors such as coaches or institutional benefits, institutional support. So let's say a student wants to build a career in sports. I just want to understand the roadmap he or she will be following from school level competitions to convincing parents or all the other factors that actually come into the play to reaching national or international excellence.
Yeah. So for any child, a roadmap is very important.
Yeah.
Okay. So I believe in the primary school, pre-primary school and primary school. The parents and teachers should give the opportunity to each and every child to expose to all sports rather than sticking to only one sports. So they should play all sports, and they can decide which sports they want to opt for. It should not be pressure from any parents in primary and pre-primary school. And now from the middle school and secondary school, the talent hunt should be more logical. You know, that time the school should have a proper coaching staff, and they should organize every fortnight or every month, you know, inter-school tournament or in-house tournaments, and motivate kids to go and participate for various tournaments. And that way kids will exposed to competition, which will build their confidence.
Yes.
And later on, if they are excelling, they are playing district, they are playing state, they are playing national level, international level. That time again, earlier also I mentioned the school should support them fully.
Yeah.
In their attendance, through their, you know, coaching support. So school plays a very, very important part. You know, in China, everybody plays table tennis when they start the age of 2.
Wow.
So the school sports ecosystem has to be very solid if you want to become a good athlete as well as a good, student. It is easily achievable. You know, there are many players in India, those who are an engineer, who are a doctor, and also a decent athlete. I'm not talking about only Olympic medal and national champion. And also, I believe, irrespective of every child in India should have the opportunity to play a sports. And, you know, and when that is only possible when school, coach, government organization, parents, all of them joined hand, then you are not building only a champion. Actually, you are building a person whose character and whose values, whose habits are so strong. And later on in their life, they can really contribute to the society. And of course, I'll tell all the parents, have patience. So these days we have less patience.
Yeah.
So if you see, suppose I'll give an example like Sharad Kamal or Virat Kohli. I think they have lost more than they are winning.
Yeah.
And their parents, their profile looks awesome. But of course, their parents really had patience. So these days, I observe the parents, they want easy, quick result.
Quick result.
That is not possible.
Yeah.
So you have to have patience and consistency for a player if you want to become a player. So every day, if you lose or win, doesn't matter. You have to come back next day and go ahead. If a parent should take your defeat also in a good way, positive way. Otherwise, the kid can be burnt out totally with the pressure of study, pressure of sports. So that should not be the case.
Understood.
And I think parents are slowly understanding this aspect as well.
Yeah.
And they are supportive also. But still, I believe long way to go because, in fact, in our academy also, if I see some parents are watching and matches, they start giving instruction to their kids. What are you playing? You are not playing well. Also, they never played actually. So that is the reason we don't allow parents to see the practice, and also the match. During the match, you can be present as a support system, not as a, you cannot criticize as a coach to your child. That is the most important thing for our parents.
Lastly, I just wanted to ask you that sports is still considered, practically it's still considered extracurricular. Do you think that sports is also part of students' education life cycle or a pedagogy they follow?
Yeah, I'll give you this answer through my own experience, and I wrote something. Yes, so education is about preparing young people for life, not just for examinations. Academics build knowledge, but sports build character, confidence, resilience, leadership, and the ability to work with others. So the future belongs to individual who possess both. And that is why sports deserve equal respect as an essential part of a student's education.
That's very much it. Summary is that sports is part of education itself.
Yes, it's complement education. It's not competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, ma'am. It was an amazing podcast and definitely learned a lot of things. Thank you so much.
Thank you.